What's up, cultists? We're still dodging some big old spears.
Whoa!
Dude,
that
the
was not even a
iframes,
dodge.
that was right in your iframes and it hit the dude directly.
I
And
know.
it didn't cause you any damage. What the fuck? That's
it hit
props.
me perfectly while
That's
I was.
pros. That's
What
props.
the fuck is shooting at you again?
A big
giant.
old nigger. And then you go up there and you're like,
give
hey,
him a
don't shoot at me.
branch.
And he's like, okay, me
He's
no
just
shoot.
like, he's just like, my bad, dog.
He's
No,
like,
oh!
he's like, I'm
He's just
sorry,
like,
nigga.
oh shit, my bad.
No!
Are you fucking dead? And he's still shooting at you, adding insult to injury.
No, you go up there and you give him a tree branch and he stops shooting at you.
He's just like, dog,
Thank
you.
you.
He's like,
You friend now.
you friend, me no hurt you.
He's just like, I fuck your tight little butt.
Give me
Tears you in
booty.
half and then you die.
He's like, give me booty, me friend. And then you're like, no. And he's just shoots you with an arrow.
The arrow goes right up your ass. Oh god. Fucking.
I gotta get that bone shard though, man.
Oh god, what's going on? So, oh right, so we were talking last episode. What do you think the next step's going to be? Like after I guess the only way to really go past virtual reality is to expand on virtual reality. And I
You're
guess
gonna be like
make
plugged
it
up
even
into
more...
electrodes and shit
Yeah,
like that.
it'll
Not
be
again,
like-
not
my
again,
God.
come on.
Oh, that
Oh,
almost looked like you could jump down there for a sec.
Almost.
that nigga's persistent. He's chasing you even in death. Well, like, I just imagine it's gonna be like Yu-Gi-Oh, where they had those machines and they went into that like weird RPG world, and Mokuba was a girl for some reason. I guess Kaiba's latent sexual feelings, his weird Freudian.
Can't believe your cards,
He's
man.
like, oh, this was an accident. Like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, the main princess was literally just Mokuba with like lipstick and shit, and it's just like, you're trying to fuck your little brother, you fucking weirdo.
You fucking.
I know you two aren't actually related because you were adopted and shit, but still fucked up. What the fuck is this guy doing? His Freudian ass tripped into a goddamn grave.
Probably.
Fuck! Wow.
Oh, take that, Elon Musk, dude. Ooh.
Get it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna let one more come.
You're gonna let him come. He came. He saw. He conquered.
Can he hit you there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Did you see him like?
Now
trying
get the
to do
fuck inside, please. This is making me really like
that?
anxious.
He's getting PTSD, dude.
Oh god.
Ah!
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you can knock those guys around just by rolling at them.
Yeah, that'd be
You need that spike armor so you can just keep rolling into him.
Did I ever tell you guys?
Fuck.
I might have told you, James, or you and John at some point, that when I was a little kid, my imagination of like the next consoles was gonna be like a 5-disc CD changing PlayStation with like a pizza oven.
That'd be awesome.
Wait, do you put the pizzas on the little disc trays, or do you put
No. There's like you can put 5 games in at the same time, and then underneath that is like a pizza oven. Yeah, dude.
Is it like an easy bake oven?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
An easy bake oven
So-
that plays games.
Because I was always like, oh, dude, you know what I love doing on Friday nights? Playing video games and eating pizza. So I was like, they're just going to put it in
This looks
one.
like an
It's going to be
awesome-
amazing.
That looks like a really out of place, beautiful scene.
It's going to get
flowers.
ugly
It's gonna
real
get ugly.
bad.
Yeah, I
real
know
quick.
it will. That's because it's Dark Souls. But like,
Kill the red eye nigger.
I don't know. I think we've gone to like weird points, like where we're just putting unnecessary advances in things. Like for
There he
instance,
is.
we got a new dryer in my house, and the dryer connects to
ball sack.
Wi-Fi and
That's what
has
we got, yeah.
Bluetooth. And it's just like, why the fuck do I ever need to connect to the Wi-Fi with my dryer? What am I downloading from the internet from my dryer? Like, why do I
Your
have
dry tunes.
Like, what does my dryer text me when my clothes are done or some shit?
Hey,
That
nigga.
should be kind of cool.
Hey, nigga, your clothes is done.
No, it's not. I just hear the dryer stops running.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need that.
See, but that's like the time that like we come from is. I don't want to sound like, oh, this generation. I don't want to sound like that, but it's just like,
Well,
we grew up so
we
much
have that
different.
right.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think people understand where 90s kids are coming from. We literally grew up right in the generation that everything changed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
when we were
we've
kids,
seen
we
this,
rode
been-
our bikes everywhere.
We played outside.
We played outside. The internet wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
And now it's a thing. And, like
And we're
for
just like,
instance,
what it, you know.
my little brother had like an iPod Touch when he was like 6. He already knows like He already knows like beginning modding and shit. Like I didn't
Everything
know
that you did, you found out when you were like 15, pretty much, and shit like that. And it's like, wait a minute, I didn't have this shit.
Kids are probably, they're probably 5-year-olds already jacking off. There's
wanking their little wieners. They know what that shit is. Get out of there.
I knew a kid with porn all over his PSP, and he was. Like,
I used to do that though.
I didn't have a PSP. I had the fucking Nintendo shit. Nintendo wasn't gonna let you download porn on your fucking Nintendo
now.
DS. I couldn't have that dual screen action on my DS.
Titties on top, pussy on the bottom.
That's not how it worked. Like the only and like
God.
I mean you can go on the internet with your DSi and like your 3DS now, but that didn't fly back in old Nintendo days.
No.
Like, and even then you only used that if you were desperate. Like
right.
you got grounded and got your PSP and your computer taken away, and you were just like, oh shit, I really need to jack off to something.
Well, Sony's a lot bigger in Europe. So when I was like in middle school, I was in Russia, which is
Yeah.
So PSP and Sony was a lot bigger there. I mean, a lot of my friends that came and their parents worked for the embassy and stuff. They had Xboxes, and that was my group that we played with. But everybody else pretty much there had a PS3 and shit, and so I didn't really play it with anyone unless like I went over to their house. That was outside, sort of the embassy group, the American kids.
Yeah, but like it's the weird thing of like. It feels like we're supposed, like, I don't know. I don't feel like generations theoretically are smarter than the last generation every time we,
right?
Because of like the flow of information is so much easier.
Exactly.
As technology progresses, information is easier to obtain. But like, at the weird sense, I feel like we're becoming dumber. Like it's
because we rely more on technology.
Well, not just that. Like it's. Actually, I guess it is.
Fuck me.
Fuck, was that a one hit?
Yeah.
That was a one shot. Like, I guess so, but like... yeah, I guess that is what it is. It feels like we have less common sense. Like,
because the machines have common sense for
us
now.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels exactly like that.
I guess we are becoming more dependent, but like... I don't know.
Philosophical this episode.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, the thing is, people around our age, we grew up, like James said, we grew up right on the cusp of that huge change. Whereas, like, we grew up like our parents before us, but we also started getting this technology.
Well,
so it's like we remember growing up that way, and now we see these kids growing up completely different, never doing these things that we really did, and we thought it was the we went outside, we got the shit beat out of us, and we got tough. Now kids sit inside and complain about how they can't fuck their toaster or some shit like that because they want to be toast sexual.
They're just like, my toaster's titties aren't big enough. I'd feel oppressed. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. You're 7.
Exactly.
You're 7, nigga. You don't know what you are. Shut up.
Oh my god. I got so mad because I saw... I saw this post. It was like some gay support shit. I mean, yeah, I'm all in support of that. But it was like this little girl who was like, touting all that, change the bathrooms or whatever, or it doesn't matter, or it's like I support the gays or something like that. And it's like, you are literally 6. You don't even know what a penis and a vagina are supposed to do yet. You definitely don't know what yours does or what you like. All right? It just made me so mad that it was like, you don't, it doesn't matter how, yes, you can be more mature for your age, but there's always going to be like certain points where you start to learn, bigger things. Or that you'll understand more because you're just older and you've experienced more things.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still just trying to imagine like the next, what are sensors just gonna? I feel like the next step has to be like sensors straight to the head that log you into the game.
That's pretty much
like
gonna be
basically
what it is.
The sword art shit.
Yeah.
But then what? Like what happens there? What's the next step? I feel like we're gonna have full-fledged second lives.
It's probably gonna read like our brainwaves and shit. I think that's far future. As like
we just stopped that
maybe
one,
like
dude.
in 20 years that may be where it is. Maybe technology advances exponentially. So maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years maybe. not the next generation of consoles, but maybe the one after that is where that sort of thing will get big. But I think as far as the next one, I mean, not just because I, support like Microsoft consoles a lot. I mean, I love the 360.
Fuck.
So many games, so many awesome fucking games, and that's not to say that PS3 doesn't have those same games. I feel like that Sony was a lot tighter on sort of things, or I don't know. I just grew up with an Xbox 360, or I had that. I love that thing.
I grew up with Nintendo for the longest time, so
did I.
Up until like, I finally made enough money to finally buy my own Xbox 360.
Right.
Like when Halo,
That's where
it was around Halo Reach came out.
Yeah.
I got mine. I had mine like day one. I had mine like day one.
It was before ODST came out actually, because I remember waiting for ODST. I remember being just really late to the bandwagon, basically.
Right.
I don't know. And that like blew my mind because like before that I had the cartoony shit of like Nintendo, which wasn't bad. It was just different, I guess.
I had, when I like before the last gen, like I had a PS2, and that was like the shit for me. Pretty much. Yeah. That was the shit for me. And then I got 360, and that was just like, oh, this is the next. All the games are on this one,
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Well, that's pretty much when I stepped away from Sony. I had PS2 because PS3 just didn't interest me.
Exact. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't click with me. It didn't click with me.
Like the only thing that Sony had that considered me was that it had free online, but now it doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
So like it's that the only.
Well, even then, it was. I feel like it had a lot more problems. It definitely had a lot more problems than Microsoft did. Because when I had my Xbox in Jordan,
you just fall backwards.
Even the people that played on the PS3 in Jordan, like their connection and stuff was like way
right,
shittier.
You didn't have coverage.
It was like way shittier
yeah,
on the PS3 than on Xbox. I remember seeing the maps
on Halo 3 about like which countries people were playing in.
Yeah, and there was like one dude in
black areas.
There was like one dude in Africa or some shit like that.
One little red blip in like Ethiopia.
yeah. But what I'm trying to say is like, I think that the direction that the Xbox One went in is it's going to be like the universal sort of DVR VCR game console thing. I really think
plus TV.
I think that's going to be really the next step
for Sony also.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Sony also sells other stuff that you would expect them to be the first mover in on that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I think Nintendo did go like a step in the direction with the motion controls.
Yeah.
It's trying to get the players into the game. Maybe not the whole fitness thing. Like, I don't know why they're... I guess the whole... Wow, you lost half that immediately. Jesus Christ.
If it was, like, tough hardware, like, it was, like, you could add, like, actually, like, weights to it.
Yeah.
That might catch on.
Oh,
that might catch on.
I think they tried that with the... I think there's some Wii Fit accessories you can add on that are actually weighted. But, like, I don't know. I remember as a kid I thought about this a lot. And one of the weird theories I had as a kid that like I still think is like, wow, that was weird that I thought of that as a kid, was that I had this weird theory that like, what if we just progress in technology so much that we can create like simulated universes and like live completely separate lives in those universes and still come back fine. But where it got really trippy is like, what if we go to such a complex time that we want to live out life where it's not as complex, so we
just leave our own.
So we plug ourselves into like a simulated universe that takes place in the past, and then I started thinking, what if that's happening now? Like, what if I'm in a simulated? What if we're in a simulated universe that simulates life in like the 90s?
It's so advanced and shit that it was like, in
actuality, we live in like year 3025 or something.
Oh.
And then we die. We just kind of plug out.
That's some weird existential shit, James.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Well, that's why I was just like, it was really weird that I thought of that as a kid.
I'm a weird fucking
I was
kid.
Like,
you're gonna get fucked, dude.
I wasn't even in first grade when I thought of this. I remember because I thought of this while I was sitting in church.
Fuck.
Like, I specifically remember it was like some day we went to 7-Eleven afterwards. But like that thought stuck with me, and like, I don't know. It's just like I've always wondered what would happen if, like, at the end of my life I died, and then like I get up out of a chair, and I'm still 7. I I was just playing a video game.
You wake up and blips and chips.
Well, do you think that's like the next step for also knowledge gathering? That
that's
we just
like
keep going through lives?
They sort of explored that idea, like, in Inception, is like, there would be some serious mental repercussions because the two main characters, they lived out entire lives, like, in that dream state, and when they got back, like, his wife was just, like, completely fucked up, and he was still, like, struggling with that.
You're still just like, what if you're in a... Well, yeah, because it can go even further. And
you understand all these adult concepts.
3,200 or 3,025, and then you wake up again, and you're in 4,000, and it's just like, I was plugged in again. But, like, I don't know. I thought more like...
How many times would you, like... I mean, that interests me is because, like, you know, my whole life, like, I was moving around and stuff, and so many times you just, like, you move to a new place... You keep your old friends, yeah, but it's like, for the most part, you're starting over. Yeah. And it's like, to do that for, like, an entire lifetime, how many times would you really be able to, like, do that? Because it's pretty stressful.
Well, like, it's the same problem I've always... like, one of the major reasons that if for some reason I was offered immortality, I'd be like, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Because, like...
At some point, you would just get tired of, like, seeing these people leave... Or you having to, like, leave these people behind, or just some shit like that, you know?
Well, not just, you're just killing tree testicles. I just realized that. Yeah. Well, not just that, but, like, think about, like, have you ever realized that, like, days become shorter to you? And that's because you've been alive longer. Like, the longest day of your life was the first day you were born. And that's because that's all you were alive
all
for.
This stimulus is so new.
Exactly. Imagine that, but over the course of, like, millions of years... Your perception of time would be really fucked up, dude.
Actually, yeah, you would like start like entire decades would start to be just like flashes, pretty much.
Like, and it would get even worse. And like, I can't comprehend that. Like, I feel like when you're old, like for instance, like my cousin is 101. I feel like the years
her days like, probably just go like that, pretty much. She's like asleep, she wakes up, eats, and like, oh boy, there you go.
That's another year, exactly. And like, that's like such a weird thought to me. Like, I feel like I don't even want to get old, honestly. I feel like at a certain point, I'm just gonna be like, all right, if I'm not,
it's time to call it quits.
Either I would be like out exploring the world, or I would be like, time to call it quits.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I also don't like the idea of getting sickly and dependent.
Yeah.
I've always told myself I'm going to try to stay as, like,
I'm going to be a tough bastard. I'm not going to let anyone do anything for me.
I'm going to work out twice as much when I'm 50, dude. I'm going to work out so much that my muscles will fill in my wrinkles. I'm not going to wrinkle. I'm going to look better than Will Smith, nigga. At the age of 90, you're going to think I'm 12.
I'm gonna regress.
I'm gonna look a fit 18-year-old at the age of 90, dude.
I'm gonna look like an Olympic athlete. All right.
I'm gonna look like Kylie. I'm gonna look like not Kylie, Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh God.
That's not a good example because I feel like when he became Caitlyn, he gained like 50 years.
Well, supposedly by the time
didn't he want to go back too?
In the next, by the time that we start getting, older, like, life expectancy is going to be, like, ridiculously high or something like that.
It's just, like, is that a good thing, though?
Like, I really don't know.
I'd like to live longer, maybe.
Remember how Sleepy Cabin, they were talking about, like, where's evolution going to go?
No, and I don't know. Or rather, I didn't watch
They made this, like, really interesting point about how, like, stem cells or whatever. Some bullshit is going to come along like that where it's like people can just regrow their own organs and just replace things, and then life expectancy is going to shoot up to, like, plus 100 or something like that.
They're already working on that. Have you seen that video where the guy he has this little device that he plugs into like dead chicken meat, and it brings it back to life essentially.
Oh yeah.
But like the weirder thing is that he puts on the little wings, and it basically the wings become sentient. And I know all it's doing is reactivating the impulses.
Yeah.
It's basically just using like shock treatment to reactivate the impulses. But still, that could bring back organs.
It's gonna progress.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be fucking.
Like we are we don't abide by evolution anymore because
that's exactly
it. We try to we do as much as we can to stay alive, and we also we're sympathetic towards weaker members of the human race, so we try to keep them alive as well.
We're no longer fighting for survival. We're at the point where we change nature around us for it to suit us instead of pretty much progressing. Like humans as we are is going to stop being this way.
We're sympathetic and we try as much as we can to keep like, for instance, there was a day and age where if you were born retarded, they kill you.
Yeah.
Because you weren't worth keeping alive. You didn't have any good genes. And
now
now that's like,
that was
fucking
really close.
And now it's like the complete opposite, where it's just like, oh no, we have to try extra hard to keep them alive. Which I'm not saying is wrong by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
right and wrong are just concepts we kind of came up with so that we feel better about doing things. But
they're constructs of the age of the generation before us, pretty much.
Well, not even that. It's just there's no such thing as right and wrong theoretically. It's just kind of things we came up with so that
exactly.
Social constructs.
It's like we're trying to move that's
to
exactly
be civil.
what it is.
To be civil.
We're like you're seen as, I guess, a better human for going against primal instincts, if that makes sense. Going against nature.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you...
Well, it's seen as more progressive because we're trying to get away from,
Nice.
being fucking apes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why if you hate people for the way they look, that's a very... If you hate people for the way they look, that's kind of a very primal thing. If you have lots of sex, that's kind of seen as a... Or rather, I guess if you can't control yourself, that's kind of seen as a primal thing.
Having lots of sex translates to as you can't control yourself, which means you're a barbarian or a slut or something like that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, and things like if you're super violent, that's also like... It's basically...
control yourself. Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like control your temper. Like, you're
kind of...
Ooh. What the fuck is that?
Take that, Balzac.
Balzac.
Yeah,
I used to have a friend from Zach. I used to call him Balzac or Nutzac.
Nutzac. Oh yeah, because I remember we came up with the
Sack and Scrody.
Yeah, Sack and Scrody, but I don't remember what we called it. The
Sweet Life on Dak.
On Dick.
I thought we called it like. Not sweet life. I thought we came up with another word to replace sweet. Oh,
probably Queef Life on Deck or something.
Oh, you're actually wrecking them quicker this time.
Well, yeah, a lot of bosses in this one have like a gimmick, or like a soft spot if they're big.
Balls.
Well, this one you can't hurt it at all unless you get the little nuts.
Lizard.
No, you can. You just hit the arm. You just hit the. That's how I beat him. Again, like a retard. And no, I bait him into getting to do the attack where he stands up and then falls forward.
Oh,
not that one, because on his left shoulder you can hit some of the balls.
Oh, okay.
And it hurts him like a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
What are those? Are those basically eggs?
Kinda.
I don't fucking know. They're just
tumors like that always make me feel uncomfortable.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, it's gross.
Well, it's like in general, like
if it like seeps pus or something like that. Oh god.
Which is weird because like I take such satisfaction from like YouTube videos where it's like pimple popping or like cysts cutting open.
Oh yeah, because it's just like imagine if I had that. It's just like it's like a relief. Like oh god, finally this is is over with. This bullshit.
It hurts, but it's like kind of it's like relieving.
Yeah.
Like
no,
I don't know. I also have the weird thought of like occasionally I'll see like a big like
please
like,
don't.
Cyst
I'm
on
still alive!
face, and I'm just like, man, I really want to cut that open.
Just take a knife in.
It's real fucked up. There was a kid on campus. I think he was in one of your classes, and he had like a wart on his face. And I remember every time he would come over, I would just be like, man, I'm sorry, you're a nice dude, but I really want to take a box cutter to your face. I really just want to cut it off and just. I won't even charge you, dude. I'll just cut it off.
Let me do it
wear
real
it on
quick.
my own face.
Real quick.
Well,
don't wear it on you. No, what the fuck?
All right. Well, next episode,
we level up a bunch and
we level up a bunch.
Cut down a tree.
Maybe we talk less existentialism.